Hello everyone, this is Sanjeev from interviewbox.tech. Thanks for coming to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about regular expression, and we also call regex. Like how you can use the regular expression in Python. So regular expression allows user to search for like a particular pattern like that you define in your given text data. Like for example, you create a pattern to search for like phone number or like email ID, something like that. So you can generate pattern for anything that you want to use. This is like the generalized pattern. As you have seen in my previous video where I discuss about like in operator that you can use to search for something in your given list. For example, you say like if this particular word or item or element is exist in given list, or for example in dictionary, so you can use the in operator. But here we are talking about the generalized pattern to search in the given text data. So for example, to search for an email right in given data, we know the pattern, like we know the email ID, how it's generated. It's like your username, and then it's a @ symbol, and then you have like the user mail, like where you created your email, like for example say Yahoo or Gmail. Then you have a dot, and then you have a domain name, like it's a .com or .tech or .io. So based on that information we can create a pattern. So as I have shown here, like in the blue color, that the text that is before @ symbol, you can have like in there like letters or numbers or like underscore, plus, minus. So these kind of different characters there. So we, based on that information, we can create a pattern. And the same, we know that after @ symbol there will be some text, and after that it will be like dot and then domain name. So based on this information, yeah, we can generate like a pattern, and that we can use to search in our given text data. So to achieve the regular expression, Python comes with a library. It's called re. It's a regular expression. So we will go into the PyCharm and import this re library and run some commands. So I will show you how to achieve this regular expression by using the re library within the Python. So let's go to PyCharm and execute some command. Okay, so here we are in the PyCharm IDE. Let's create a new Python file. Let's call it regex. And first thing we have to do is import regular expression, the library. Okay. So now let's have some text data basically, where we want to do some search pattern. So for example, here I'm going to create like some kind of dummy phone number, and we want to search for this. So let's first create a pattern. So that's how you can create a pattern. So you compile basically, and you say like, okay, here's my pattern. So here to search for any digit, right? So we use the character identifier that is basically /d. So I will go over in the tutorial later, like what are the different character identifiers are and how you can use them. So but for any digit, any number, you can use the /d. So here you can say, I'm gonna see the pattern where there's a 3-digit in a row, right one after another, and then there will be dash sign, then there will be 3 more digit, then dash sign, and then 4 digit. So that your pattern for the phone number. So now you create this pattern. So now let's search this pattern in your text. Okay, so here you are searching. So let's print this result. So what we are doing here, we are searching this pattern in our given text, and then we are printing this result here. So what it's going to do is basically give us the object of the match, and then by using that object we can grab more information from there. So let's run this. Okay, so as you see here, it basically return us return back the match object, and it gives us this span information. It's a tuple with the start and end index of your match, and then it's also reported like the match back here. So how you can grab this information? So for example, you want to just get your start and end index, like basically this span tuple. So what you can do here is just call span, and what is going to give you is return back the tuple information right here. The same way you can grab, for example, you want to say like give me the start location of my match, and here it will give you the start location of your match. And if you want to just grab your match itself, then you can just by using the group method on your object. So let's say here, and it will give you the match in your given text data. So that's how you can grab this information by using the regular expression and the pattern that you have created. So now we know that, okay, we only have one phone number here, right? In our given text data. But what if we have multiple numbers? So if you use the search pattern, then it will only give you the first phone number that it find in the text data. But if you have to get all phone number, then you have to use the find all method. So let's do that, and what I'm gonna do is just grab this part right here, and I will comment it out this instead of deleting, so you can look back later. And instead of search, what I'm gonna use is find all. I have created this pattern, and let's add some more number here. It's like, you know, okay, so now I have two phone number. I created a pattern the same, and I say like, you know, find all number based on this pattern in my given text data. So what it's going to do now this time, it will return, instead of returning back the object, it will give you the list of all the match pattern. So let's run this. Okay, so as you see here, now you have the list with all the pattern that it find. Okay, so now instead of getting list, you say like, you know, I just want to get all the object information, because you want to find the start and end index, right, for your all match. So for that you can use like a for loop. You can say for item in so for that one you will use the find iter method, that is basically find all the iteration of the pattern in your text. Okay, don't forget this colon, because that is a for loop, so you need for the indentation. And you say print item, right? Okay, let me comment it out this part here, because we don't need this, we are using this. So let's run this. So as you see here, it basically give you the match object for both of your phone number in your text file. So now the same thing, you can just say, you know, print item dot start. Okay, so for the first one, it gives you the first start location of your match, and in the second it returns the second start location of your second match. So that's how you can grab like object by using the for loop. So next I'm going to talk about like what are the different character identifiers. So far we have seen /d, that I mentioned that this is for like a number, like a digit, right? But we have multiple character identifiers. So let me write here. Okay, so what are the other character identifiers? So as we know, so /d is for digit. Okay, or I can just write down here. And the next is slash lowercase w. That is for alphanumeric characters. Let me write here. So alphanumeric are something that is, like uppercase letter, lowercase letter, and underscore. So for example, you can create a pattern like d underscore og-1. So for that, your pattern will become slash w slash w slash w slash w dash and then slash w. So that will be your pattern. This pattern will be to check for d underscore og dash 1. So dash doesn't come in alphanumeric, it's a non-alphanumeric character, but others are like uppercase, lowercase, underscore. Those are all like alphanumeric characters. So now let's go to next line. Next one is space, and that is for slash s. So for any space that you want to check, so in your pattern you will include dash, basically the slash s. Next is slash d. That is basically any non-digit, like any character basically. So I will say here like non-digit. For example, you have like XYZ. So for that it will be slash D slash D slash D. That will be your pattern to search for the XYZ. It's a non-digit. And the last is like caps, like uppercase W. That is for like a non-alphanumeric. So let me just copy here and put here. So it will be non-alphanumeric, and those are like, for example, star and plus, minus, your parentheses, and as well as like equal sign. So those are like non-alphanumeric. So if you want to search pattern that have these kind of alphanumeric characters, then you use the slash uppercase W in your pattern. So these are like some of the character identifier that you can use in your pattern. Next is like quantifier. So as you have seen here, I was like kind of repeating, right? Like slash D slash D slash D. So this is like, kind of tedious, right? If you're creating a pattern and if you have to repeat multiple times, this is not like the right approach to do. So now we introduce the basically quantifier to achieve this, so that we don't have to repeat the same thing again and again. So let's write here quantifier, and those are so first one is I'm going to talk about a plus symbol. So plus is basically you want to search for like any particular pattern is like occurs one or more time. So I can write here occurs one or more time. So for that you will use the plus symbol. And next is if you looking for like 0 or more time, that is for the star. Plus will check like at least one pattern should match, like the one character or one like alphanumeric or non-alphanumeric or the digit, at least one should be there. But if you say like 0 or more, and then you use the star. So if I copy paste here, and I will write down here because 0 or more time. And next one is you're searching something and you say like once or more it happens. So for that one you will use the question mark. It's like once or more times. So And if you know something specific, right, like for example phone number, we know this is a pattern, like 3 digit then dash, 3 digit then dash, and 4 digit. You can use exact number of times that it happens. So if I write here, I will say like exactly 3 times. So let's write our pattern once again. So I can use this one. I just want to show you, like an example here. So we get this. I'm gonna comment it out everything here. Okay, so you have your text, you create your pattern, but now we are gonna update our pattern. Instead of repeating, I am going to use our exact quantifier. Okay, so we know like 3, 3, and 4. So let's run this. And here, so it basically match your pattern, and it will give you the start and the end index of your pattern. So that's how you can use a quantifier within your pattern. So next I'm going to talk about like grouping. So for now we know, like we have this 1 2 3, like the phone number in this format. But what if you just want to grab this, you want to check, like for example, the area code of your phone number, right? So for that one, you can define this in grouping. So how you can use that, you have to put into parentheses. So let me first put this, and then I'll show you what we have done before. So if you remember, like in the top, right, when we started, I print the group, right, and we didn't define this in parentheses. So when you call this group method, it basically give you the whole phone number, right? But now I'm showing you, if you want to grab just the area code, the first 3 digit of your phone number, so you put all 3 in the parentheses. And now if you call result group, and you say like group of 1, so this is your first group that is you're calling. So when you call and you see here, it returns you the first 3 digits. So that's how you can grab like area code of your number. So you basically create kind of like a subgroup within your whole pattern. So that's the one way to achieve that. Next I'm going to talk about, so what OR operators do is basically you have your text and you create your pattern with something, but if it doesn't found that pattern, it will give you none. But with the OR operator, you can basically add multiple pattern in there, and you can say like either this or this. So creating a pattern with more than one, basically the stuff that you want to search within your text data. So let's look by example. For example, I will say text is I have Tesla car, and then you create a pattern. So you compile with your pattern and you say, for example, Tesla, and now in the, so you search here with your pattern. Okay, let's comment it out, this part. And now I'm gonna print this result. Okay, so let's run this, and you see here it found the match Tesla, right? But what if it doesn't found, like for example, you pass something else. So, for example, Honda, right? And you run this, and see here it returns the none because it didn't find any pattern in there. So for that one, if you don't know in the text what model, for example, the car is defined, you can use the or operator, and there you can say Tesla or Honda. So that's how you can define, the different, basically your search stuff into your pattern. And now if you say so, what it's going to do, it will search for Tesla or Honda, whatever is there, then it will give you the pattern. So let's run this and say here it match the pattern in given text data. So that's how you can use the OR operator to add the multiple search string in your pattern. Next I'm going to talk about the dot operator. So dot operator is very interesting. It's basically give you some flexibility in the search pattern. So what it does is basically you have like multiple words, for example, and that end with the same kind of pattern. Like for example, like best and rest are like, end with like est, right? And you say like, okay, I want to search all the words in my text that end with the est. So then dot operator will help you to search for all that, all those words, and this dot operator will use as like a wildcard operator. So let's look at the example. We can say it is best to take rest during fest, something like that. Okay, and now let's create a pattern for this. So we are creating a pattern here, and we say dot est. So we create this pattern, and basically we're saying search all these. Let's put into the result re dot. Here we have to use the find all because we are looking for all the pattern that is matching. So here we will say pattern dot text. Okay. Okay, I'm going to comment it out this part, and here let's print result. Okay, so what it's going to do is basically search all the pattern and give us the result. Okay, oh, sorry, compile. Okay, spelling mistake. Okay, so as you see here, it find all the words in your given text data that is ending with the est, and dot operator works as a wildcard here, and it basically search all and return back in the list. So best, rest, and fest. So that's how you can find all the words. And for example, it will help you. You have like a multiple email IDs defined, and you said with all the email that ending with the .com you want to search back, then you can use the dot operator and then pass that com word, and then it will give you all the email IDs that has the .com in there. So that is helpful. Next I'm going to talk about the start operator. So how you can do the search from the start. That is basically it says start with, so your pattern like start with the first start of your text data. So let's create a text. For example, we can say the date is 2021, and then you are searching the pattern in there. So for example, we can say result is equal to re dot search, and in there you want to search the pattern, or let's do this, because we're going to search in the whole text file. So our pattern will be /d. So we are looking, from the starting and see if it start with the digit. So let's do search for that, and we will print the result here. Okay, so let's run this first. Okay, so here it returns you the list with the matching pattern, right? So that's how you can see if it's your basically given text is start with a digit or not. But for example, it's given like this, right? So it will not search for that, right? It give you the empty list back because your given text data it's not started with a digit. So this symbol is basically to check in the start of your data. Okay, so now let's check with the same with the end. Your text is ending with a particular pattern. So for that, what we're gonna do is use a dollar sign for that, and here it says ends with. So let me just copy paste this part here, and we will. So we have given our text, and we'll call result, and instead of this start here, we'll use the dollar sign here, and let's print the result. Okay, so run this, and you see here it basically check your pattern in your given text and find if your text is ending with the digit. But for example, you're not ending with your data with a given with a digit, so then it will return you the empty list. So that's how you can check at the start or at the end in your given text data with a different basically the symbol we call like identifier operator. Next, I want to show you if you want to exclude something from your given text data, right? So for that, what you will use is basically square bracket to exclude data. So now let's have your text data, something you can create. For example, I have this is Sanjeev, founder of interviewbox.tech. So I created this text data, and you say like I want to remove or like exclude this exclamation mark and this question mark at the end, so I don't want that. So how you can exclude some part from your given text data? So for that, let's first create a pattern. So for that, you will use a square bracket, and in that you will define pattern. You will say start, and you say like if you see exclamation mark in my data, and or like the question mark, then exclude that, and you will say like one or more times. So that's how you create your pattern. And now let's call this pattern, basically search this pattern and put the result in the result variable. So find all. Okay, so I am going to search this pattern in my text and then print result. So okay, so here as you see that it gives you back it gives back you like the list of the data and excluding whatever you define in your pattern. So if you want to join back, I also mentioned this in my list tutorial, that how you can join back this list into the string. So you say, okay, so that's how you can join back, and you see like now it gives you the string back, but it doesn't have the pattern that you exclude and from your text. So that's all for today's video. If you like this video, please press the like button and please subscribe to my channel and stay tuned for upcoming videos. So thank you very much and have a great day.